Today here we have the Fairhaven RD500vx in a portable configuration. I think I mentioned in my last video that this radio could be used as a portable. It's running off a 12-volt battery, and it has a little tiny whip antenna which is a bit too small. It's basically a 2-meter quarter wave, and I've attached a little bit of wire just to give it a little bit of help because the antenna is just really too short. And we're going to have a look at it. At the moment it's tuned to the BBC transmitter, which is somewhere in Asia. I can't remember the place exactly, but it's pretty far from where I am, but it's a good signal from the BBC. So let's just turn it on. And also, the back of this radio, I'm not going to spin it around now, but it has a switch so that you can switch it over to what they call a whip antenna, so it deals with the very high impedance of a short whip antenna, and by doing that you switch it from 50 ohms over to the high impedance input, say 600 ohms for instance, just giving it a nominal figure. And then the radio is also equipped with a preamp which they suggest in the manual that you switch on to give it a little bit of a boost, seeing that you're using such a short antenna. So anyway, here we go.
Leadership is there, and TTP is carrying out militant attacks inside Pakistan. So Pakistan is,
you can see it's a very good signal over the 9, almost touching 10 dBs over the 9. So strong signal. Now we'll look at the Texan PL-680, listening to the same station.
What happens in Afghanistan to the people in control?
Again with its whip antenna, which is considerably longer. Not in total length in this one, but it's a decent length antenna. So that's the best we can do. Let's see if we can. This one has sync. Let's see if we can plug in the sync. Okay, it improves the signal a little bit, I think. Let's have a look. Let's try upper sideband sync. Doesn't seem to make any difference. And let's put the filter on wide. That's better, I think. No, maybe not. Okay, that's everything I can get out of the radio, and you can see it's a considerably weaker signal. Still not doing a bad job, considering it's only on the whip antenna. Let's touch it to see if that helps. Not much of improvement, slight improvement. Okay, back to the Fairhaven RD500. And of course it's running in its own internal speaker, which is quite a decent size for the radio. You can see it there at the back. And as you can see, the radio is quite small. I mentioned once in the previous video that the radio is smaller than the PL-680. It's not quite correct. I'd say frontal area wise, yes, as you can see here, but certainly it's a lot deeper and a lot heavier. So, but still it's definitely a field usable radio. You can take it out with you on a field day. It's not particularly heavy. It doesn't have a built-in power supply, so that helps to make the radio a lot lighter. And it has these extending feet in the front, which gives you a decent angle to view the radio, so you don't have to kind of crouch down to see the display. So I normally have them folded when I have them up on a shelf because the radio's up higher, more at eye level. But when you're using it at a low level, like on a table, and that, these large feet certainly do help. So it's very satisfactory. As I said, it runs from anywhere from 12 to 14 volts. I think that's its voltage range. So just a short demonstration. I can perhaps go around the back of the radio. Let me just see if I can turn it here. Sorry about the losing the picture, but it's not so easy to do this when you're holding the camera like this. You can see here at the back, there's the switch down there that you switch it over onto. That then makes this connector a high impedance. So when you're using it as a 50 ohm connector with a normal antenna, you switch it over. And that's just my little right angle mounting that I've got on here with my 2-meter quarter wave whip attached to it. So, and there's a connection there for your 12 to 14 volts at the back there. So it has a lot of connectors on the back of the radio because it's a wideband radio and it covers VHF as well as shortwave, right up to I think it's 1.5 gigahertz if I remember correctly. So that's just a short demonstration. I'll just put it back on again. Okay, we've got a fade coming into the signal now, dropping down to S7. This radio also has synchronous AM, but I'm not going to bother to put that on at the moment. Okay, let's go back to the section. Seems to have moved frequency slightly. I've probably knocked it. Okay, there's the sync working hard, trying to keep the thing in lock. It's flashing at the moment. Let's just switch it off. Okay, that's just a short little demo for today.